three, and we'll call this regular meeting of the Board of Education to order. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. On the roll call.
Mr. Kirchner? Here. Mrs. Walsh?
Here.
Mrs. Herbert?
Here.
Ms. Zimmer?
Here.
And Mrs. Dauberberger is absent.
There's a statement that Vice President Herbert is going to read for Board Member Dauberberger.
To the Board of Education in Groveport, Madison community, please accept this statement to be read into the official record during my absence this evening. Due to unavoidable professional commitment, I was unable to attend the meeting in person, though my heart and focus remain steadfast with the work of our district. I want to state clearly that I requested a timely change to this meeting date to ensure full board participation. While I was informed that a shift was not possible, my own subsequent outreach suggests there was, in fact, a greater willingness among my colleagues to adjust the schedule than was initially communicated. I have raised these concerns before and have made every effort to plan ahead to avoid these exact conflicts, as I take my responsibilities to this community with the utmost seriousness. I care deeply about my role, our students, and staff. However, I must speak candidly. The current practice of scheduling back-to-back meetings is counterproductive. This pace leaves no breathing room for board members to be truly thoughtful, or for our dedicated staff to properly prepare and recharge. My dedication to this elected office has been proven over many years, regardless of my title, and my engagement with this district and the OSBA began long before I took my seat on the board. My commitment is unwavering, but our processes must respect the time and mental bandwidth required to lead effectively. Regarding this evening's agenda, I am formally recommending that the Board of Education and Administration issue an official communication to our staff. It is imperative that we clarify that no decision has been made regarding budget cuts or staffing. As we navigate the complexities of the new state funding formulas and state budget HB1, transparent communication is our most vital tool for maintaining trust and stability within our schools. Thank you all for all that you do. It's great to be a cruiser. I respectfully request the treasurer to include the full text of this statement in the meeting minutes for our official record. Respectfully, Latoya Daubenberger, Board of Education member.
Thank you for reading that. And for the purpose of ensuring the record is complete, I would like to provide some additional content. Earlier this year, the Board of Education formally approved the 2026 meeting schedules by vote, including the structure and timing of our meetings. The schedule was adopted with full board participation, including support from Ms. Dauberberger, who made the motion for that calendar. On March 29th, a request was made to reschedule this meeting in a response to the full board that same day, explaining that given the timing, it would not be appropriate to change the date. Doing so would have required adjustment not only from board members, but also staff and members of the public who rely on the posted schedule. Following that communication, I did not receive any response from board members indicating support for a change. While we always strive for full participation, occasionally conflicts do occur, and it has been consistent practice that the board maintain its adopted schedule to ensure fairness, transparency, and proper public notice. I remain committed to those principles as we conduct the work of the district. And I would ask that this be added to the board's president's reply. Thank you.
I'm going to comment also. I think it's inappropriate because this is not on the agenda, and I think it should have been sent in time to be added to the agenda. But I do have one strong comment. There was mentioned in there about being able to refresh. I spent 2 years on this board in this room till 2 in the morning, and they had their last meeting of the year that they conducted went till 4 a.m. There's a reason we went to 2 meetings. I wasn't there at 4 a.m. I can't participate till 4 in the morning. So the person making this statement should have reflected on that before they criticized our move to two meetings a month. Thank you.
I have a statement as well.
Yep.
We did all agree on the organizational planning scheduling 2 meetings with the caveat that they would be 2 short meetings, not 2 long extended meetings. The meetings have been 6 hours. We have not gotten out of here early. The intent was to reduce the time of meetings. That has not happened.
I guess you don't have something to compare it to. As I said, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. So we're doing better and we can do better. I agree.
Or can we move on? All right, we have item B, which is agenda approval, adoption of the meeting agenda. I move that the Board of Education approves agenda. Pardon?
I don't think we did roll call, did we?
Yes.
So does anybody have any comments about the agenda tonight?
We had our initial policy committee meeting, but last minute, Ashley was not able to be there, so we really just had very general discussions and have not processed the full minutes or anything yet. So I would ask that we postpone that report.
So we'll delete item E, board committee reports.
Yes, thank you.
And I will ask that item F1E, the March 18th special meeting, be removed and put on our next agenda. I didn't have time to review it. I only had the transcript for a week, so not even a whole week actually. So if you could remove that one, it's E.
So delete E.
Take E off and we'll put it on the next. All the other ones say.
I would also recommend to remove G1 and H1. G1 because we are still waiting on the updated resolution, and H1 because we cannot discuss a work session without a full board here.
G1 and H1.
Correct.
G1 and H1. So I would like H1 to stay on. Is that all right?
We can't discuss a work session without the full board here for input,
It's having to do with the individual who will speak.
but
It
we
doesn't have
should
to
have
do with the date
the
or
board
anything.
here to have context and input. I feel we should wait till the full board is able to attend.
We won't be voting on it. We'll just be discussing the individual. There's no vote there.
I agree with Ashley. I mean, we took out E, we took out F1, and she's only asking for H to be removed as well, just like you two, just A. And it wasn't a rebuttal.
Okay, I'll bring it up during comments and other things. We'll remove G and H. Any other changes?
So we're deleting E, March 18th minutes only, and removing G, but keeping H. Correct?
Yes, we'll remove E for committees. We'll remove F, 1E. We'll remove G, 1, and H. Yeah.
I need first and second.
For the amendment.
They said no.
I need a first and second.
first to amend the agenda.
Yes. So
Make a first.
Okay.
Somebody second. I move that we amend the agenda for what we just discussed.
Okay, can you repeat that one time, Adam, please?
go back to it. Okay, so I have for the adoption of the meeting, we're deleting E and the March 18th minutes only. And then we're deleting G. Oh, and H. And H. There we go. And I need a first and a second.
First.
I'll second.
Roll call. All right. Mrs. Zimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Herbert,
Yes.
Mrs. Walsh.
Aye.
And Mr. Gershon.
Aye.
It passes.
All right, we're on to public participation. That's item C1. All meetings of the board and the board appointing committees are open to the public. In order for the Board of Education to fulfill its obligation to complete the planned agenda in effective and efficient fashion, a maximum of 30 minutes of public participation may be permitted at each regular board meeting. Each person addressing the board shall give his name and pertinent background information if needed. If several people wish to speak, each person is allotted 3 minutes until the total time of 30 minutes is used. During that period, no person may speak twice until all who have desired to speak have had the opportunity to speak. Please remember that the law prohibits discussion of specific employees or their job performance at public meetings. State law does allow for discussion of board members regarding employees in executive session of the board. We have one public participant, and that is Tony Knapp.
Good evening. I'm here to introduce EDP, the Extended Day Program, to the board. Allow me to introduce myself. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. My name is Tony Knapp, and I've served in Extended Day Program for 11 years, including 8 years as site director. I currently oversee Glendenning and Sedalia elementary sites. A little history of the program. The Extended Day Program was founded over 30 years ago by Jeannie Grubb and a parent. Through a grant at Glendenning, Madison, and Sedalia. After its establishment, the program became self-sustaining. Prior to the pandemic, Groveport managed the program with Jeannie Grubb as the coordinator. Since reopening, the program has been led by 3 different EDP coordinators. Currently, EDP serves an estimated 89 students across 2 locations, with 42 at Sedalia and 47 at Glendenning. This includes both full and part-time students, with some variations throughout the year. Our typical day starts at 6:45 with the doors opening at 7 for the morning session and 3:30 to 6 for the evening session. EDP is vital service to working parents, and I have some letters of support from some of my EDP parents to present, if you guys want. I welcome the board members to visit the Extended Day Program during operating hours to observe our operations, to discuss ways to strengthen staffing, communication, and safety protocols. Thank you for your time, and if you guys got any questions.
Thank you for your work. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So now we're on to D, presentation and recognitions. Mr. Grube?
Yes.
It's a moment we've all been waiting for. Yay.
Good evening, everyone. Everybody get a cupcake? All right. We don't have enough seating in here tonight, and that is one of the best problems I think I will look at this week. This is such a wonderful time to be able to recognize our artists, our athletes, and some district recognition. So I appreciate you all coming here tonight. And we are going to start by recognizing our art awards. So at our district art show held during the State of School celebration, we recognized outstanding student artwork through our Best in Show awards. Each art teacher selects 3 student pieces to be included on a district-wide ballot. All artwork was displayed at the show, and every district art teacher votes for their favorites. After votes are tallied, the winning students receive a Best in Show ribbon, a certificate, and a Michael's gift card to support their artistic growth. Because our high school has such a large and diverse art program, we present 3 separate awards there. One for 2D art, one for 3D art, and one for digital art. We also have a Superintendent's Choice Award that I get to choose. Those art pieces will be displayed here at the DSC. Last year's winner is proudly in my office in the window right by my desk that I look at every day. So very happy about that. We're going to announce each winner, and we'd like the student to join us up front. And if you'll stay up here, we'll have with the board members, we'll do a group photo at the end. And if any art teachers are here to support your student, please feel free to join your student as they come up as well. Once we finish with the art students, we'd also like to take a moment to recognize our outstanding art teachers. Pulling together the district art show is a very time-consuming effort on the part of our art teachers, and we want them to know how much we appreciate the work that they do to make this evening special. So, without further ado, we're going to start recognizing our students. From Little Cruiser Campus, we have Sam Ellinger. If he will. Okay. From Asbury Elementary School, we have London Carson. Congratulations. Stay up here. From Dunlow Elementary School, we have Jasmine Gurung. All right, this is going to be my first challenge. Glendenny Elementary School, Vasily Son Galusa. Was that close? Close? I do my best, sorry. From Groveport Elementary School, we have Anthony Warfield. Congratulations. Anthony. Okay, from Madison Elementary School, we have Zuri Morrison Hilton, who's on vacation and can't be with here tonight, but I think we should recognize the student as well. From Sedalia Elementary School, we have Eris Butler. Okay. From Middle School Central, we have Matthias Guillen Batista. Congratulations. From Middle School North, we have Samaras Lebanon Valsquez. From Middle School South, we have Hector Rivera Rangel. Good job. All right, representing Groveport Madison High School in digital art, we have Chris DeChalar. Did I say it right? DeChalar. Groveport Madison High School 2D art. I have Amaya Ayers. Groveport Madison High School 3D art. We have Isabella Wood. Okay. The superintendent's choice. Mackenzie Deal. Okay, you want to have the board join us up front and we can try to squeeze together and get some pictures?
Are we supposed to go behind?
Congratulations.
Okay. Next, we would like to recognize any of our art teachers who were able to come tonight. I know some of you might want to grab some more pictures or pictures with your teachers, but if we can go through our list, we have a certificate. We have certificate of appreciation for every art teacher that says, with appreciation for your creativity and dedication to the district art show, your guidance, vision, and commitment help our young artists grow with confidence. The care you bring to nurturing their creative work enriches our schools and strengthens our community. Thank you for bringing that imagination to life and making the showcase truly special. And again, I'm sure you were all there to see the level of talent and beauty and creativity. It was absolutely wonderful. So thank you for our teachers. We have from Asbury, Maggie Counts. From Dunlow, Megan Merritt. Glenn Denning, Rachel Blakemore. Groveport Elementary, Janae Spurk. From Madison Elementary, Ashley Welch. From Sedalia Elementary School, Dana Stetz. From Middle School Central, Wesley Boston. From Middle School North, Stephanie Smith Owusu. From Middle School South, Kelly Howley. Groveport Madison High School, Aaron Fenzel. What? Groveport Madison High School, Jeremy Miller. Groveport Madison High School, Michaela Patterson. And Groveport Madison High School, Megan Stoffer-Miller. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to come back up and get a picture of the board. Thank you. Pick one up. That's nice. All right, Polly.
Thank you.
I'll put your stuff up there. Good evening, board. I have the pleasure of doing our winter sports recognition. But first, I'd like to say a few things about extracurricular activities, kids that participate in clubs, activities, events, and our student athletes. We have the utmost admiration and respect for these students. They have to maintain good academic standard, and they spend most of their nights and weekends dedicated to their teams and activities. We know that is hard, but there's a lot more that comes out of this. They get a clear understanding that they're bigger. They're part of something bigger than themselves. They have dedication, grit, and determination and commitment to their team. And those are great characteristics that they can take on into their life, and as well as lasting memories. So we're recognizing the winter sports right now, but I do want to do a shout out for our marching band, our choir, and as we just recognized, our fine arts, clubs, activities, and events that kids participate in. But we are proud of our winter sports, and I'm going to start with first of all, let's hear it for all the student athletes and come on. I'm going to start with the boys basketball team, Coach Lamont Hampton and Coach Coley Atabanjo. Are you both here? Come on down, guys. All right, I don't want to steal into the coach's thunder, but I do want to say that the boys had a good season and accomplished a lot. And I do want to let Coach Hampton speak, but last year they did a really good job, and this year the team had their own and did accomplish many things even this year, and we're awfully proud. Coach Hampton. Thank you. Yes.
Guys, you guys can come on in. Fellas, come on in. I just want to thank the board and Mr. Groove, Mr. Smathers, everyone for honoring us. We had a historic year last year. Obviously, we put up 3 banners: district champs, first time in 40 years; Elite Eight, regional runner-up, first time in over 100 years. So it was a special year. This year we had a winning season. We lost 8 seniors. We're in rebuilding mode. Believe it or not, there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores up here. So the future is very bright. I expect your Cruisers to have a great season next year and the years to come. Again, I appreciate everyone's support. And I want to thank my players. I want to thank these 3 coaches up here, Coach K, my varsity assistant, Coach JC, Coach Damon Powell. They both coach JV and freshman, help with varsity as well. I couldn't do any of this without my staff. We got a couple guys missing, players and coaches, but I just want to thank everybody that's a part of the boys basketball program movement. And please continue to support us because they're working really hard. They all just left the gym. One of them got a twisted ankle right now, and he's standing strong. I'm proud of you, Jordan Wagner. And just thank you guys.
If we can have the board come up, we'll get a picture of the basketball team. I have to tell you personally, not that I'm the tallest person in the world, but I don't often feel short around certain groups. These gentlemen walk in here, I felt myself in the background kind of like trying to get up on my toes, and it's still not seeing eye to eye with these guys.
Hey, I know you guys are hard, but on this one, you smile. Smile for the Cruisers. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, Coach. Hey, thank you, man. Okay, next I'd like to invite up the girls, the Groveport Madison High School girls basketball team. Coach Ariel Covington could not be here, so Coach Snyder will be in her place. I do want to mention that the girls this year won their first ever state tournament game versus Upper Arlington. That's amazing. Coach Snyder.
It is absolutely great to be a Cruiser. I love that to death. Coach AC could not make it here tonight, and a lot of the players could not make it tonight. But they did an absolutely incredible job. Not just the fact that they're going on the field and playing the court, but these were just amazing girls. I absolutely loved it. When I got this job, I was a little nervous about the girls basketball team, but I will tell you, I absolutely love the girls basketball team. They're absolutely fun to be around. They're joy. They laugh. They're having a great time. So there's a lot of good things that are going on. And I was there for when they did win that tournament game, and it was a great moment for our girls. It was just a great time to be around our girls having a good time. So thank you guys. Sorry about that. There's no girls tonight. We have a track meet, so a lot of our athletes are 2-sport athletes. There's also our bowling team. This coach is going to come up here, but we also have guys playing baseball tonight, which is where I'm coming from. So I just came off the baseball field. While I'm standing here, if I'm allowed to continue, I do have one wrestler here. This young man came all alone because that's what we do in wrestling. We stand in the circle by ourselves. So this is Ernesto Perez. Our cheerleaders are amazing. But Ernesto is a great young man. He's a great representative of what our wrestling program is all about. Our head coach, Matt Miller, couldn't make it tonight. doing a great job with our program. When I came into this job, there was 4 wrestlers on our wrestling team. It was in dismay. We are having a JV program. We started girls wrestling this year in the OCC. We had, I think, 7 girls on the team. So we are starting to build our wrestling program to where we're going to be a dominant sport because of the guys like this. Ernesto made it to districts. That is not an easy feat in the wrestling world if you understand wrestling. So this is a great young man, and he's coming back next year. So we're really excited about wrestling. So Ernesto Perez, I'll say his name.
Just one quick mention. I want to say that we had a boys and girls wrestling team in 24, and we earned 76.6 performance index points in 25, which earned the 3 points to receive this award. Again, 1 in 20. 1 of 20 in the entire state. I do want to say that our performance index has steadily increased since 2021. So after COVID, we've been hitting the ground running. We went from 56.1 points in 21, and 22 we was 67.3, and 23, 67.5, and then I just told you about 24 and 25. Hopefully we're the momentum award, so we're going to keep increasing even next year. I would like to give Mr. Groove credit with his vision and his leadership, that we've been working so hard on this, and we're showing some improvement and achievement. The other thing that I want to celebrate is Groveport Madison Middle School Central, and I'd like Mr. Martin and Ms. Brooks to come up. Groveport Madison Middle School Central earned 67.9 points in 24 and earned 76.8 PI points in 25. They increased by 9, and to get this, you only need 3. And they went up 9. I'm so proud of them. And I don't want to steal your thunder, so you guys.
First, thank you so much for honoring us for this Momentum Award and this recognition. This is an amazing award and honor, but this award belongs to our entire school community. First and foremost, I want to recognize our teachers. Their dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment to our students are what make progress possible every single day. They pour their energy into creating classrooms where students feel supported, challenged, and inspired to grow, not only academically, but as individuals. Their belief in every child is the driving force behind the momentum we are celebrating today. Also, I want to recognize our students who are at the heart of everything that we do. Their consistent effort, resilience, and willingness to bring their best attitudes into learning each day are what define our school's success. Watching them strive to improve, take ownership of their learning, and grow as both scholars and people is what makes this work so meaningful. To our parents and families, thank you for your trust, your partnership, and your support. The foundation you provide at home strengthens the work we do in school. Your encouragement and collaboration help create the conditions for our students to thrive. This award is a testament to the culture we have built together, a culture rooted in relationships, trust, and a shared commitment to excellence. Momentum does not happen by accident. It happens when people come together with a common purpose and an investment in one another. I am deeply grateful and honored to be a part of our school community that believes in each other so strongly. This recognition reflects the collective heart, hard work, and determination of our teachers, students, parents, and staff. Thank you for making our school a great place where growth, learning, and relationships truly matter. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate this.
Yes, what's that? I make a motion to recess.
So John first, actually second. Okay, Mrs. Zimmer? Yes. Ms. Herbert? Ms. Walsh? Mr. Cooper?
I'm going to restart.
We may have to.
We're going to try to do that now that it's recessed.
And we are now on to approval of the minutes.
Yes, the treasurer recommends Groveport Madison Board of Education approve minutes for the following meetings: February 24th special, March 3rd special, March 3rd regular, and March 10th regular. We deleted the March 18th special meeting minutes in this motion. Need a first and second? Second. Yes.
Beyond this. Beyond this.
John, second. Okay.
Oh, I think there's a time in there. I don't think we went that long. One of them said we had to put 9 a.m.
Okay, I'll check that.
I wonder if
I'll check that for you guys. That's the morning, was that the morning one? We have a morning one.
maybe it is.
So then we have a morning one. Good. Mrs. Turner, or, sorry, Ms. Zimmer?
Yes.
Ms. Herbert?
Yes.
Ms. Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner?
Now, moving on to the superintendent's agenda.
The superintendent recommends the Groveport Madison Schools Board of Education approve the attached MOU with GMLEA.
So moved. Second.
This is the MOU I referenced last week, while we pulled some of the names off. We needed a renewal for this to move forward, so.
Could you explain this again a little bit too?
So this permits us to hire certain hard-to-fill positions with giving additional years of experience to be able to bring them into the district, which is outside of our standard range that's in the regular contract. So I appreciate GMLEA working with us to be able to offer some of these positions and bring people in to fill some of these difficult positions.
Could you give some examples of, just general examples of why we're struggling?
Well, if we look at the MOU, it specifically says that the positions that were permitted to do that.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the same MOU that we did last year, and we just renewed it for the
Yes.
year
So
for the same position.
correct, this is a renewal. It's nurses, speech, language pathologists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, school psychologists, teacher of visually and hearing impaired intervention specialists, and behavior specialists. Yep.
Roll call. Ms. Zimmer?
Yes.
Ms. Herbert?
Yes.
Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
And Mr. Christian?
Yes.
The superintendent recommends Groveport Madison Schools Board of Education approve the following certificated personnel items as outlined on the attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Tom?
Ms. Zimmer?
Yes.
Ms. Herbert?
Yes.
Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
And Mr. Christian?
The superintendent recommends that the Groveport Madison Schools Board of Education approve the following non-certificated personnel items as outlined in the classified board agenda attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any questions?
Yeah, there's something wrong with my attachment.
Mrs. Zimmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Herbert?
Yes.
Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
And Mr. Christian?
Aye.
And the superintendent recommends the Groveport Madison Schools Board of Education approve the attached job description for the Director of Business Services.
So moved. Second.
This is the revised version of the job description we had on the agenda last week. I included, we actually, in addition to clarifying oversight of food service and transportation. We did a side-by-side comparison with the other agenda to make sure nothing was missing from there. So this is the revised version, updated to include, I believe, everything.
So I have a couple questions. Like we just hired that job, and these recent changes here significantly higher qualification requirements and removal of certain HR and student-related responsibilities. My impression is that it's a very broad role and combines direct supervision, operational management, and cross-development coordination, but it does not clearly define authority, accountability, and how performance would be measured. While much of the operational scopes remain similar, I think it's important for the board to clearly understand how this version differs from what was presented during hiring. And also, we want to be sure that the individual who was hired under the other scope has agreed to these changes.
I got the last question. Can you go back to some of the earlier, but it seemed like there were several things we're looking for.
Yeah. Well, first, let's go one by one. Did this individual who was hired on the old job description, did he agree with these changes?
No, we're not talking about it yet, but I don't anticipate any issue.
Okay. So the position does not, which position does this role directly supervise, and are the employees formally evaluated by this position? But I noticed some HR stuff are there. Appeals, assistant certified employee evaluation is needed. But I just want to make sure that this position, does this individual, the people he's supervising, is he evaluating those individuals, and that HR component is taken out?
Yes, and everybody who needs to reports to him, he's the evaluator of those positions.
And so the job description doesn't clearly state that, that's why I have a question. In the area like transportation and food service, who has the final accountability for performance? Will he be or will something else?
I'm sorry, could you ask me that again? I didn't hear you.
She asked who was the final authority for food service.
Accountability.
I mean, so ultimately, I'm the final authority, I guess, for everything, but, you know, in the typical chain of command, the supervisor is responsible for the person reporting to them, and then that position, if it's a report to Paul or a direct report to me, but again, ultimately, I guess it's my responsibility if there are issues that continue up the chain, but from an immediate standpoint, that person would be responsible for those areas in his scope of work.
Well, I guess my question had to do with the scope of work, and the job description is the scope of work, and it doesn't clearly define who is reporting to him and who's evaluating who's reporting to him. It takes away the HR component in the job description, and it also takes away the evaluation is needed, and I'm
Did you say
sorry,
that last part?
evaluation is needed, and assist in the development of appropriate professional development for classified employees. But it doesn't, so I want to make sure that this job description is covering those things, but I don't see it being covered in the job description itself. They said oversight, maybe you're including that in oversight, so could you define oversight as it applies to this job description?
Oversight would mean responsible for those areas.
Thank you.
Did you feel that there was something in the previous job description you still have this one?
Well, I think the reporting, who is this person managing, and are they evaluating those people, or is HR doing that? of existing in that evaluation, because that was taken out.
So it was more specific.
I'm sorry, what was taken out?
She was saying the previous job description was more specific about what supervisor needs and who the person was actually.
This is just
There were, when we did a side-by-side comparison of everything that was in there, and there were a couple things in the job description. I know that you requested clarification about transportation and food service, which we added in, and then we because the previous one only said supervises the directors of, and instead we put oversight of the full program, which would also include oversight of the head of food service and transportation. There were a couple other things in there. One I recall was assisting with expulsion hearings, and we just removed that from there because that was unlikely that was going to happen. And so there was a cleanup thing, but there was nothing of any significant reduction of any responsibilities that was removed from there. It was just, I thought, rather than just do the two items we talked about before, I should do a more appropriate cleanup of the full job description.
and also the reason that we're making this job description change from have to require an administrative license. That's new. Right. Now it's required for the business director of business services.
So, if you recall, several directors ago, we tried to post this position as a business manager, not a director, with lower credential requirements and lesser job responsibilities. And we took applications, we interviewed, we actually made an offer and were declined, but the rest of the candidate pool didn't really meet our expectations. So then we changed the job description to a director and reposted it. So, I mean, this is just an effort to try to clean up what the job responsibilities of the person we just hired. That was at your request to have us, because I think you, a meeting or two ago, said that we didn't have an updated business director job description. So that's why I put the job description on last week. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, not really. The question was why do we have the added hire to add an administrative license to the position, and we've never had that on there. I'm just
I think
why
that
you would have that.
I think that has been on there for years.
The requirement to have an administrative license.
Under qualification to have that, and then I think there's, you look down there, such alternatives to the above qualifications as the board may find appropriate and acceptable.
In the last job description, the master's degree and administrative license were preferred, they weren't required. And I don't think any of our last two people in those positions had either of those. Nor did they, one of them had a business manager license, but I don't think either one of them had a master's or administrative license. It was preferred, and that's what the job description was. This changes requirements and restricts them, which would, the way I see it, this would, the same position would be filled by somebody else, but with a higher licensure requirement would increase the cost for that position substantially. So that's why I have a problem with it.
The pay range hasn't changed, and some of the job responsibilities on here, I think, some of the evaluation portions would require an administrative license, but if you don't want us to have that on there, we can pull it off and make those changes and bring it back in.
I would prefer that they be taken off as a requirement.
You would rather say prefer
Yeah.
Which is a very simple change.
Yeah.
Does that satisfy what you're looking to look at? You can possibly just move this down the road. So if you-
I'm fine with administrative license being preferred.
so administrative license being preferred and the degree level being preferred instead of required. That's just a change.
Well, the degree level is preferred right now.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know why we would have an administrator's license on there at all for this position. That's my thing. We never had an administrator's license preferred or required, either or. It's always been master's degree preferred. We did have one at one time. I don't know if it was approved, but the guys, the support services one, and it was 2 revision. It had a bachelor's degree preferred.
Just keep in mind, we're making a recommendation based on what I thought was appropriate. If your professional opinion is that we don't need administrative license or the master's degrees, we can take those requirements off.
Yeah, I really don't even think my question about why we added an administrative license at all was really answered. I don't.
I looked at last week's board meeting and tonight's job description, and they're both the same. Both of them say master's degree preferred, both of them say admin license required, and both of them say high school standard license preferred.
Well, I was comparing it to what was current policy,
Gotcha,
the current job description, not the last four.
Gotcha.
This has changed from what was last four. It's definitely been a good change. The only one I question is the administrative license. I'm not sure why we would have it on for that position.
But you're saying administrative.
Just take that out. If you take that out, I'm good.
Janie, do you know the last time this job description was approved by chance?
I have that information that escapes me right now. I think it was 21, maybe.
2022. Would that be, I believe it was the organizational. But I believe that we were also handed a different job description at that meeting. I have 2 job descriptions, but the one that's on our meeting minutes is the one that, it's called the Director of Business and Support Services. Support is spelled wrong, but, that is what was approved, and I believe it was the 18th, January 18th, 2022.
I'm not sure, I don't remember if it was approved on the 18th. I think there was a job description on an agenda that didn't move forward back then also.
Yeah.
I think it was tabled or postponed or removed from the agenda. Look, I'm just trying to get the job description right so we're resolved. So I brought forward a job description based on my recommendation. If the board thinks that we want to lower the requirements, we can lower the requirements.
Well, or keep the requirements the same as what they currently are, not add to the support. That would be more accurate statement. I'm looking for that right now, actually.
Would prefer to.
Job description was on January 12, 2022, K 7.
So we would prefer to give you future hiring principles. So
I did my own already, from that.
So, point of clarity, so you're saying the master's degree in administrative license, the preference was not previously on here, but on the preferred meeting you just referenced it was.
Oh, yeah, it does say that all in one line. It's not separated as a separate line item. It's master degree and administrative license.
But that doesn't change what's on the
That's
first
fine.
one.
Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. But it is preferred, so if we go back to be preferred, we okay with that?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Yeah?
Can we just make that edit to this and realizing we will revise the document to change from required to preferred? The administrative license preferred.
this individual will be doing the HR for the positions that are under him. Is that what you invite?
I think only HR can do HR. But they don't have.
I would say management. Well, it says, okay, let me rephrase that, and he will assist in evaluation as needed, but that's struck out.
Well, so let me give you an example of that. If you have a licensed administrator, and if there is any type of a conflict, or if a principal got ill and we needed someone to step in and do other evaluations, if they were a licensed administrator, they could be an alternate potential person to do those evaluations.
Is that part of the catch-all under overall duties director of business services, or sees the planning development management and technical assistance of facility grants operations support, the Groveport, Madison Board of Education? Like, it's a blanket, all things encompassed, which may include evaluation.
That's correct. And so while not specifically defined in there, oversight means that the people who report to this position would be evaluated by this position.
Just one more thing, that line at the bottom, assume such other responsibilities and perform other duties as may be assigned by the superintendent or deputy superintendent. It's more of a catch-all.
All right, any other questions or something?
So we have a motion on the floor to amend.
So I have, yes, so what I put in the board docs is we have a first passing, second by Yana, but then I put in there, in the current motion, admin license will be preferred, not required.
Okay, so we have a motion to amend by Gianna, and we have a second.
No, I just added that to the original motion. If you wanted another motion, you can.
We need to amend the motion.
Okay, okay,
Since it's been ratified, we need to amend it.
okay, let me do that quick.
We've already made the motion to accept it.
So,
I'll
on first,
Can I be first? I'll be second. And this is to change admin license to preferred, not required.
Thank you.
Okay, so who was the second?
motion to amend to add change administrator's license, which is
Preferred, not required.
Yeah.
I have the first, Kathy, who's second?
Oh, you need a second? I'll second.
Okay, so now we are, the motion is to change the admin license to preferred, not required.
Right.
Mrs. Zimmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Herbert?
Yes.
Mrs. Walsh?
aye.
And Mr. Kirsch?
Aye.
And now we'll go back to the original motion with the amendment. That one is actually first, beyond second. Mrs. Zimmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Herbert?
Yes.
Mrs. Walsh?
Aye.
And Mr. Kirsch? Kathy, did you say yes?
So is I just approved you? We just approved you.
Okay, yeah, so we went back through the roll into the original motion.
We went through the roll twice.
Right.
We approved the original.
Yes, I did amend it because then I went back to the original. Right. So we just have to do the one vote. Once you do the amended, you just have to do the one vote.
Yeah, we cannot do, we cannot do.
So, all right, so we just have the one vote and we're all yes.
See that? Yeah, we shouldn't have.
Okay.
So the,
Because we already passed the job description, so vote on it again, just two dueling job descriptions.
Gotcha. All right. I will take off the first
do we
motion.
have to rescind the vote?
I'll just take off the first motion.
Okay. I haven't voted yet. Can someone please make a motion to reconsider?
Motion to reconsider.
We need a second from one of the other two.
I'll second.
So we're moving to reconsider the second vote because we already have approved job descriptions.
consider it. And we'll withdraw it.
Okay, who was the first and second for this one?
Kathy did the motion, I did the second.
This reconsidered. We're good. Mrs. Zimmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Herbert?
Yes.
Ms. Walsh?
Yes.
And Ms. Gershman?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're on to board member, the amended job description. Yeah, that's now that's it, right? You got that right? So now we're on to board member comments. Any board members have comments?
I have one, I have a motion that I'll share with the board and wait, for the entirety of the board to be here. I'm going to share this with the board today, and then when we're all together at our next meeting, I will bring this motion forward, and I'll ask that this be added to the agenda of our next meeting. I have a motion to authorize an anonymous employee survey. I move that the Board of Education authorize, I will be moving, I should say that, the Board of Education authorize the administration and board president in coordination with board legal counsel as needed to engage a qualified independent professional survey firm, specifically the same firm previously utilized by the district to conduct a comprehensive employee and teacher survey. The survey is being authorized in direct connection with the board's consideration of significant financial decisions, including potential reductions totaling millions of dollars. The board finds that obtaining candid system-wide employee input is essential to make an informed, responsible, and fiscally sound decision that minimize harm to students, staff, and district operations. The survey shall be conducted under the following conditions and safeguard. Strict anonymity guaranteed. And I'm just going to hit the highlights. A non-retaliation protection, independence and integrity of process, no monitoring or technology interference, anti-duplication safeguards to be put in place, board oversight and direct reporting, and also transparency and communication. Employees shall receive clear written communication outlining anonymity protections, the purpose of the survey, and its role in informing upcoming financial decisions. So I just wanted to kind of give a heads up. It's been a number of years since we've done an employee survey, and I think prior to that, I think they were done pretty much annually with very few exceptions. So I want to see us return to that. I think now is probably the most excellent time to do so. So I just appreciate your time there, and I'll bring that forward when we have the full board at our next meeting.
I can do this motion now, Jackson.
Correct.
Added to the agenda for the next meeting. So, thank you. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Brooks?
Yeah, I would also say, please look at it, and if you see anything, any of you see anything you find out of place or anything like that, please bring your ideas and let's discuss it.
I would just suggest having it be the board president as well as vice president.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Anybody else have any other comments? Well, I had a comment about working on the discussion of the upcoming work session, and we originally, Steve Fuji was conflicted out, and that's what the.
My order in this one for a committee agenda. I do not think it's appropriate to have this discussion now after it's already voted off the agenda.
It's a comment, no, my comment is that we have.
You just stated
Okay.
you were having a discussion in regards to it. I don't think that is appropriate.
I think, well, I don't have a discussion, I'm going to comment that I had a conversation with Mr. Jamie Groom and about Steve Fuji, who we had wanted to do our work session, which we've been trying to schedule since, I think, March, February, maybe a while now. And he was conflicted out, and we were having trouble finding anybody else. And Jamie, you were working on that, correct? And I had a conversation with Mr. Fuji, who said he would be able to work with us on that. He will be on the agenda to speak with us, and at either in the 6 or maybe it's May 6th. No, sorry, that's May 5th, possibly May 12th meeting. Then we also have the May 5th agenda, working to have some items on there for executive session that might go on. So we're going to try to keep that agenda tighter than what we usually do, so that we're not making everybody sit here and wait for long periods of time due to an excessively long executive session. And I just wanted to make sure the board was aware of those items, and to remind everybody that we have a special meeting scheduled for April 27th. And the agenda should be coming out shortly. And that is it. I just want to keep everybody in the loop on what we're doing.
I have a comment.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so in regards to keeping everybody in the loop, I think it's very important that we do keep everybody in the loop. We all have been elected by constituents, families, parents, within our community. However, we are not operating collectively, and we're not collaborating. I've been excluded from yet another agenda meeting. We cannot be in front of people and pretend that we're working together when they can see the divide, and that's their choice. Well, my only loyalty and responsibility is to our staff, to our parents, and to our children.
I would say you have been excluded from anything for the 2-minute meeting, and our policy is clear that we just do it. We can't set a meeting when we have less than a week and try to get everybody included on that. Not all board members should be included. This was just a continuation of that meeting, so I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm going to say one thing, and that is we had an awesome presentation today. I think it was great. And it took an hour and a half, and I think it's an hour and a half well spent. But if you roll back the last 2 years, how many statement was read, that hour and a half would have been on top of our last board meeting that ended at 11 o'clock at night, and that's how it's been going. So I'm just pointing that out. It's so nice to leave here at 8 o'clock at night. We never had that the last 2 years. I think that would have been a miracle, maybe a meeting or two. So just clarifying why we're doing 2 meetings, and for me, I can go home, I can get a real night's sleep and not be going till 2 and having to get up at 5. So, thank you for your time.
All right, on to adjournment. Motion to adjourn.
We have a second. I second that.
Actually, we don't have a quorum, the meeting's over next week.
We have 4.
Please note to the minutes that 2 board members left approximately.
Without adjournment.